So again, for our listeners, if you have a copy of The Fanatic, or if you're streaming, or DVD or Blu-ray, we'll play the movie from the very start. So once I count down from 5 and say go, that's when you play the movie. So play it exactly when I say go.
But if you're counting down, you have to start at 5 and you have to end on 1.
Exactly.
That's what that means, Bede. Okay.
But we'll get started. Now, are you guys ready for The Fanatic?
I'm always ready for the fucking Fanatic.
I was born ready, Jack.
Let's do this. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're off with the Quiver distribution.
And Redbox Entertainment.
Redbox Entertainment.
Redbox is the real hero here, because this shit might not have seen the light of day if it wasn't for Redbox.
They do a great script when they had it.
In Redbox we trust. Believe me.
Motherfucking cinema. I always thought that MFC stood for motherfucking cinema, because the Fanatic, bro.
It is motherfucking cinema.
Well, I think we need to start up a a production company and just call it motherfucking.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Fanatic.
I love these recent John Travolta movies, though, that have 15 minutes of foreign logos before the movie even starts. Your boy Nicolas Cage
does that too.
I love how the movie quotes itself. It's so fucking genius. They quote a dude you have no, there's no context to that quote. You're like, Hunter who? Holly Hunter from Crack? No, wait, huh?
No, the greatest character ever, Hunter Dunbar.
Exactly. Who's amazing.
Next to Moose.
Exactly.
Moose is the greatest character in all of cinema.
I really think they should have gone with the original title of Moose, to be honest with you.
Well, they were going for it.
Yeah, maybe it was Redbox who was like, "Oh, we'll buy it if you call it the Fanatic."
I suppose they probably thought if we call it it's about. So let's change it to the Fan. We can't call it the Fan because there's been way too many fucking stalker movies called the Fan.
So that's why I don't like the title The Fanatic. The Fanatic to me seems more like like it's signaling what it's about, whereas I just think Moose is much more. Yeah. It's like the title Magnolia, right? It's like you don't know. It doesn't matter what you called the movie Magnolia. It's a beautiful tapestry of humans coming together. It doesn't matter what you call the Fanatic. It's a beautiful tapestry of humans coming together. I would have just called it Moose. Tribute, of course, to the the great character. Is he fucking this bike or what?
Yes. As I told you, we could do the Fanatic and Crash as one. Boom.
Best double feature ever.
No joke. I really love these interstitial drawings that Wes Borland does for the movie. I think it's a really cool act break. That's
the thing, though. I didn't realize Wes actually did these paintings till maybe just a few weeks ago.
Wait, everyone has to shut up so we can hear the best line, see the best line. That opens a movie ever. Beautiful.
John Travolta saw that line. It was called his agent. I need to do this movie now.
He saw this line. He calls his agent, but then he says, "I can't talk too long. I gotta poo." But I also need to pay Moose.
No fucking joke though, but he throws himself into this movie in in a pretty admirable way, in my opinion, especially as an actor. Maybe not as a producer, but as an actor, I really feel he gave himself over to every department and really trusted them, and I believe the director really trusted him. And man, they made some goddamn magic here.
They did. John Travolta he puts everything imaginable into this performance, but he doesn't understand the difference between acting like you're 5 and acting like you're an adult with autism, or an adult on the autism spectrum.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to do any research for that. Sia just got a bunch of awards for making an autistic movie, and she proudly didn't research it.
Oh, jeez.
She really didn't.
And I always like, I think you and I were talking. Hey, Marcey, it's like everyone was very sort of upset and angry about that, but it's like, imagine we were like, haven't these people probably seen The Fanatic too? They probably went by, were so under the radar for a lot of people that they didn't realize this movie existed.
No, not at all.
There's also a lot of just bullshit, like fucking like armchair quarterbacks out there that just want to say why everything sucks. Like I literally, my job is I have teaching credentials in special education. I have credentials in autistic education. Like I'm not terribly offended by this stuff, guys. Like it's not because I'm able. It's because I know it's fiction, and I know that it's a bunch of inflated egos with millions of dollars. Like, and honestly, here's the fucked up part: they are doing their best. Their best isn't good enough.
He really thinks
their
this
best
is genius.
is entertaining as fuck.
Yeah. He thinks this is the best fucking thing of all time. Like that's how Travolta when approaches it, and it's amazing.
And it feels that way so much. Like the way he puts the vest on backwards because he wants to see like the.
He needs the Rico from Space Vampires. It's the greatest movie ever.
And that's the thing, though. It's just like him putting it on backwards. It's almost like, I guess, and him just like holding, like, feeling the Rico part of the jacket. It just feels like it's almost like, in a way, Hunter Dunbar's giving him some kind of hug or something like that. Like he's that close to him.
That is a good point. Like, yeah, the way it's on backwards, it's kind of like a hug. I have never thought of that. Now, don't get too attached to these credits because you have to watch them all again at the end of the movie, guys.
I know. I always laugh.
I think they're so precious.
I always laugh every time when a movie. It's twice. Once at the beginning and again at the end.
Always.
Yeah, what's it? This is actually a good talking point because we get to see these again, so we might as well talk over it. But what do you guys? What type of credit sequence do you like best? How do you like your movie to start, and how do you like it to end? What do you like?
Ooh.
I don't care if there's credits or not. If there is, there is. If there's not, there's not. It's fine. But I don't want it to be too distracting from the movie. Like these credits for me are fine. They didn't need to show them again. That was all.
For sure. No, I agree with that 100%. And before we get to you, Bede, I will say that I think my favorite's the old school credits, like movies in the 50s and 60s, some of the 70s, where they would do all the credits at the beginning, nothing at the end. That's what I like.
Oh yeah, I do like that too. I guess for me, it sort of depends on the movie. I don't mind if they're credits at the start of the movie, if they're not, like Marcey said, a distraction, like with things that are actually happening on screen. So if it's like something like this, which is more montage of random scenes and shots that are completely out of context, that works better. So that's, at least for me, when it comes to the opening credits. But for something like, for most of the time, I don't mind if the credits are at the very end of the film too.
When I think of credits, I always think of the first 3 Batman movies and how stylized those Tim Burton credits were, how they didn't distract from the story, how they amplified Danny Elfman's score. And then you get to Batman 3, Batman Forever, and then they did the credits over the narrative. And then I was like, oh, this is weird. This isn't okay.